Hey guys, it's Abby and welcome to a long overdue journal with me video featuring the BTS meal. I am going to be using this as my main prompt for today's food journal spread. If you're new here, hi, I'm Abby. I make videos on journaling, small business, studio vlogs, and all things creativity. So let's get started. I actually have ordered the BTS meal probably twice. The first one that I did went a bit viral on Instagram, so I thought of recreating another way to reuse the BTS meal packaging. So I'm simply cutting up the chicken McNuggets packaging. I think that one is the most sturdy because it's made of board. I had a hard time cutting out the nugget sauce for obvious reasons. And I also have bought separate McDonald's meals over the past couple of weeks. So I have a spare McDonald's bag. So it has traces of red and yellow. And that's going to be some key elements that I'm also going to be using and key colors for this food journal spread. So I recently got into food journaling, like packaging journaling, because I love cooking, I love eating out, I love using these takeaway leftover packaging to its full potential, hence my fascination for this. And when the BTS meal came out, I was like, okay, this is an obvious way for me to really reuse the packaging and use them for journaling. And I think it was also a bit of a challenge for me because I rarely use the color violet, and usually I just use warm colors for my spread. So this was actually a fun exercise. So I am using the golden arch of the McDonald's symbol, and I'm also pairing a couple of color options. So a lot of the decision making when it comes to journaling actually just happens on the spot for me. And I don't know if it's a talent, but I like putting things together. I think that's one of my strongest suits, which explains why I like to do collage and journaling a lot. And so what I decided was for the left part of the spread, it will be fully about the BTS meal and the predominantly violet colorway, and then for the right one it will emphasize a bit of red for the McDonald's color and as well as the pink from the sweet chili sauce. So actually the first BTS meal I got, I split the packaging with my sister so she was able to get the sauces, so I was finally able to get mine here and use it for this journal spread. By the way, the notebook size I'm using is a traveler's notebook regular size, so it's slim. It's very easy to use for collage journaling. I find it's my go-to size actually, and the brand I'm using is actually from London Gifties, and the paper is quite heavyweight, so it's able to take up a lot of heavy paper like what I'm doing here. So what I did was I contrasted the craft and the violet color scheme with like overlapping some elements, and this is all in contrast with the white page because that way it's easier for them to pop out of the page. So here on the right, I also did something similar, but I decided to use the golden arch here on the right side. And I'm sticking it together. By the way, I always use glue stick for some reason. I just found out that if I keep using white glue, it tends to destroy the other pages unless I have to skip a spread. So I also am incorporating some elements of vintage red paper sheets, and I like doing this because it highlights a bit of my style because I really like vintage elements, and finding an excuse to incorporate that into my spreads is always like a must for me for some reason. I think it's always been something I got used to over the years that I've been journaling. So yeah, I also think I realized that with the more I do these kinds of journaling, the more choices I make and the better choices I make with like which element goes where. I always try to tell a story somehow and make it intuitive to look at. It's like, I don't know, I think I got used to it because I have a background in lettering where you have to make sure that when someone sees it, it's from left to right, from top to bottom, and it's just more legible and pleasing to the eyes. Not like when you see a spread, you're just like, oh my gosh, where should I look? You know, I don't really want that kind of energy. So I'm also using this tape that my sister gave me from her trip to Taiwan many years ago. I think it matches the spread perfectly. It also says the word sweet, which is cool. And then this is a stamp set I designed for Everyday Explorers. I link it down below for you to check out. So I like adding stamps and stickers at the last minute, especially for layouts like this that require a lot of elements in itself. So having a bit more dynamic in terms of like stamping and adding more pops of color always is a great idea. So I made, as I mentioned, a Let's Eat stamp set with Everyday Explorer. So here are some samples of the stamps available. So I am just writing down the text. For me, text always goes last, and I'm using the Zebra Sarasa vintage pen set. This violet color is finally seeing the light of day. It's actually not that violet. Like when you see it on camera, it's a bit more of like a muted blackish plum. What am I saying? It's like wine, kinda. Not really though. I guess like kind of dark grape juice. I have no idea. But anyway, I think it matches the spread so well, and it doesn't really grab a lot of attention compared to using like a fully purple pen. Also, this is the only purple-ish pen that I have, so I might as well be able to use it. When I do food journal entries like these, I also try to make sure that when I write about the topic, it's not super meta. So usually it's like a food review or like what I liked about the packaging, or yeah, it's like a mini review basically. This is like probably how I review my food, because I've been doing a lot of journal spreads with also my takeouts, but I haven't been doing takeout lately, so I'll probably go back to printing photos of what I've cooked and writing a recipe or like an overview of the dishes that I've prepared. So I actually filmed this a very long time ago, or it just feels like a long time ago. So I do hope you still watch my journal with me videos, because I actually enjoy making them. It's just that I wish I had more time to actually journal and film them, because a lot of my schedule has been out of my control lately with all the projects that I had committed to the past few months. So I'm just adding on some trails. This is the Muji felt tip marker, by the way, in yellow. It's a nice yellow shade, complements the McDonald's color so well. So just some last minute additions and we are done. I do hope you enjoyed this spread and journaling along with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!